Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on A. We've located another brand of reloaded ammunition or manufactured ammunition. Burrow. Donkey? Donkey, I think it's Donkey. It's just handed to me a minute ago, so we're going to review it and look at it. It's Burrow. B-O-R-O. And it looks like it's let's read it on here. Well, it says it's veterinarian owned. 115 grain full metal jacket. But it's also round nose. All full metal jackets are round nose. You don't have to put that on there. If it's FNJ, it's round nose or conical or something like that. It really doesn't matter. 1150 velocity remanufactured brass case. Remanufactured brass case. We got every kind of thing in the world there. Bullets. Burrow bullets. Burrow bullets. Made in Middle Tennessee. About the same as it made in Middle Arkansas. Arkansas. Well, this is what it looks like. So Eddie Ray went to the Glock Store Saturday, and he bought a bunch of this stuff. And he decided that we should review it. Okay, let's review it. What does it look like? Well, how do I do a review on small arms ammunition? Does it work? Does it function in a gun? Does it function in multiple guns? You know? Would my cousin Tony approve? That's a big question right there. Does my cousin Tony approve? Well, some of it's poured out here. Let's get some of it poured out here and get it loadified in a couple of different magazines. We're going to try it in the 9mm 1911 Rock Island. That's this guy. And we're going to try it in the G3. Yeah, we're going to try it in the Taurus G3, which is the almost full-size Taurus, the big brother to the G2C. Got a magazine loader out here. Oh no, I have a train go by. We'll get these loaded while he's going by. Okay. I've seen all kinds of remanufactured ammunition over the years. Some of it is quite good. Some of it's very disappointing. Some of it I almost rode it to McQuarrie County. You know, it's kind of a catch-as-catch-can deal. It's not real consistent all the time. You know, a good brand is I think it's the Buffalo. Another one is Midway. Comes in kind of a red box. We had some stuff from Flying Tiger. 50 rounds in the box, 18 of them fired. You know, went back and took them apart and started looking at them in the reloading room. Some of them didn't even have powder in them. Well, it's like, you know, they were asleep at the switch that day. So, let's see, that's the 15 and I'll need some more bullets. These are the miracle of the age, buddy. This is the Up Lula magazine loader. These are worth the money. I've had this one for about 2 years. I had my original one, somebody swiped it right out here on the range. I got home, I didn't have it. I didn't leave it over here. You know. bad angle. Let's get her down here where we can deal with it a little better. But the up lula is, you know, a thing to do. Now, while I'm loading this magazine, let's talk about something. I am transfusion dependent. That means every 3 or 4 days I have to go to a facility and get loaded back up on various blood products in order to remain alive. That's where we're at. They quit treating my cancer. They say that if I treat it any more aggressively, it'll start affecting me. So now my leukemia is eating up my blood products pretty fast, and I'm dependent on getting transfusions. And so that brings us to the subject of this short conversation. I get blood out of the national blood supply. Okay? So out of that national blood supply comes the blood that I use. And I use several units a week. And it's what's keeping me alive and keeping me with you guys. So, you know, here's the deal. If you work at a place where that blood bank, that blood truck shows up for you to donate blood, get out there and get in it. They're going to give you a stale cookie or two and some orange juice that probably tastes bad, a little bit too bitter, because nobody else will buy it. So it was donated to them. And they might even give you a really stupid looking t-shirt. So man up or woman up and get out there and get in that truck. Because me and guys like me and a lot of little kids I know need it. Need it. I mean, they got a shortage of O positive about a month ago. And one day they just didn't have it. And I had to get by. My blood count got down below 6. I couldn't even move, you know. So help a brother out. Get out there and donate some damn blood, will you? Look, I can stand to have a damn port in my chest. You can stand a needle in your arm every once in a while. All right, then. Let's get on with the show. What are we going to do here? Well, we're going to try out the 1911 9mm with the donkey ammunition. Let's get some ear pluggers on. See if I can hit the tank plate. This is a good shooting pistol. Let's see if I can hold it still enough to hit the tank plate. And I can. Yep. Works good. And this one's kind of finicky. This one's a little on the finicky side. Yeah. Works good in 1911, or at least it works good in this one. Let's run about 15 through the G2C and see how it works in it. And it's accurate. I'm shooting at 25 yards, and I'm not hitting the little 10 inches often as I'd like to, but it's shooting every time. You know, sometimes reloaders buy second bullets, you know, and they're out of round. or not at the specified weight, and so forth. And you wind up with remanufactured ammunition that won't shoot straight. That's why I like to do these tests on remanufactured ammo. And this stuff shoots good. Well, I kind of figured it would, because it's the Glock Store Nashville's range ammo. You know, this stuff comes from the Glock Store in Nashville. While we were up here working like dogs on this range, you know, trying to get it bush hogged down and chopped out, and the two sides of it are growed in, and you know, while we were out working like dogs on this range, Ed was frolicking around in Nashville, Tennessee at the Glock Store, which, I don't know, I think he spent a little bit less than 20 grand there. I mean, you know, he's already got one of every Glock ever made in every configuration, including the spoons. And, you know, he's like that. Poor guy. He got sickness. He got sickness pretty bad, you know. And like that. All right, let's put that old thing to bed right there. It's nice to get out and shoot a little bit. Frankly, you know, I've been slow about making videos because, tell you the truth, well, first of all, it's been ridiculously hot. And I don't seem to do ridiculously hot too well anymore. The other thing is, we haven't had the guns available to do it. Just tell you the truth. Old folks are dropping like flies, and Eddie Ray's hauling dead people in under Uber as hard as he can go, you know. And I go to UK to the transvestite center, you know, to get my fill up, and it takes all day, you know. Sometimes it takes all day, sometimes it takes all day and into the evening. But just logistically haven't been able to do it. But had an opportunity to get out and make a couple of videos, and figured I better get out and make them. Well, that's about the size of it. Like, take, share, commentate, and subscribe. You guys out there putting money on my Patreon. I'm not working right now, and that little dab of money every month sure helps. You know, I mean, me and the wife spent $800 in gas last month, just driving back and forth to Lexington. You know, it's you know, it costs, and I really appreciate your help. Be nice to your neighbor, even if he's an asshole. You be nice to him enough, maybe he'll get the idea. Join the NRA. We're under new management now, and things are a lot better than they used to be. Money goes where it's supposed to be going, and not into somebody's Learjet and shiny suits. Like that. All right, then. I'll see y'all when I see you. Now, I'm serious about joining the NRA because we need them. I mean, you would have been disarmed in 1965 if it hadn't been for the NRA. That's the long and the short of it. You know. What we got out of their deal was, instead of complete prohibition on firearms, you know, all we got out of it was the 1968 Gun Control Act. They were poised to completely outlaw firearms ownership in America and even disarm the police. And they were in a position to do it. So the NRA basically stopped that. All you got out there. USCCA, they don't have a lobby. You know, NRA's got good training. USCCA's got mediocre training. Some of it's even stupid. But USCCA don't have a lobby. They got a slick magazine that they publish quarterly. If you're a selected member, you know, they're a bunch of bullshit. I think they're run by George Soros, just to tell you the truth. I think USCCA is a George Soros surrogate. Like that. Gun owners of America, you know, they're active, but they don't have a lobby. NRA has over 200 lobbyists, you know, and they're in that office doing something every day. So you need to join the NRA. You want to keep your guns. Just because Trump's in now, don't mean them ain't out there worming their way back in somehow or another. All right then. God bless America and God bless each and every one of us, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now.